So you got this big fight against Phil Davis at Bellator 154. Phil Davis coming off of a tournament victory. Yourself coming off of a tournament victory, but you fought 3 times over the course of a week. Did you need a little bit of time off like this to recover? I mean, it's still not a large amount of time. You had 3 fights in a week, and you're fighting about, what, 4 or 5 months later?
Well, I had 3 fights in 2 days. But the thing is, I could have went. I could have fought again after that. But, it's not like, I'm like this. Well, MMA is, it's tough. We had time in between. I could have fought for another month and a half. But it's not the same. Let me see some. It's applicable to compared to pro wrestling. Pro wrestling. Yeah, I got, glad you got the shows, like, weekly, like 2 shows a week, 3 shows a week. Some guys doing, like, 4 shows a month. But that's tough. You know what I'm saying? 3, like, 2 days. One of my fights, a few of my fights ended quick. You know what I'm saying? Put it like this, pretty much I was control of all 3 fights. I didn't take much damage. Pro wrestling's a little different because you're taking damage, man. You're taking damage, taking those bumps, hitting the ropes. All that adds up.
What was going through your head when you had to withdraw from that tournament against King Mo? Or against Phil Davis, rather, and the tournament that Phil Davis won. Because, I mean, that was obviously the fight that people wanted to see. Now we're getting to see it at Bellator 154. But, I mean, what was going through your head when you had to withdraw?
Damn, I can't believe this shit's happening. Fuck, I'm outside, but, man, I'm fucking hurt. Like, that's what pretty much, like, let me see what I can do. And it's just, I don't know, it's hard, man. I had to pull out, and that's what it was.
What are you expecting out of Phil Davis? Do you expect him to wrestle with you? I mean, that seems like maybe not such a good plan.
He can try to wrestle. I can wrestle too. People don't really know. People think I'm like a street fighter boxer. I can wrestle. That's my main background, my main base. I'm open. I'm free. I'm clear. I'm down to do what he wants to do. If he wants to wrestle, he can wrestle. If he wants to fight, he can fight. If he wants to grapple, he can grapple. If he wants to box, he can box. I'm trained for everything.
So you have spoken very openly about, your desire to fight at heavyweight again. You had a big win last year over Czech Congo. Do you ever see yourself competing for the Bellator Heavyweight Championship, or are you going to maybe stick around in the light heavyweight division for at least those aspirations?
Whatever's available, I'm open for anything. I'm a money weight, so I chase that money.
Do you think more fighters should be doing that?
If they can do it, they can. It's the thing, right? Fighters have been doing that. Horace Gracie is one of them. We fought back with no weight classes. Dean Thomas, Leo Machida, BJ Penn, Aaron Silva, Matt Whitman. They're guys that did, I call it money weight because that's what I feel like it is. But really, they're money weights long before me. Guess what? Me and Conor McGregor. There are people from people from decades ago doing it. Sakuraba, Vanderlei Silva. Those are the original money weighter guys because they didn't care about the weight class. They fought where they can get paid at.
You also have a history in pro wrestling. Is that something that you want to do again in the future?
I do it we do it America Top Team. We got an America Top Team Wrestling Federation, and I'm one of the contenders. We have a few guys. Wes Briscoe's been involved. Stevie Richards. As a matter of fact, me and Stevie Richards had a match. We both the match was messed up because the guy jumped in and ran in on us. Ben Ortiz from Ring of Honor, been part of it. We're doing big things, man. We're looking to bring more people in, maybe MVP. But at American Top Team, we have a little wrestling federation. We do shows with kids, and Dan Lambert's a big wrestling fan. So we're all big wrestling fans there. So we got wrestling shows. Dan, we should get together and watch a lot of shows together as well.
So do you still follow WWE, TNA, anything like that?
Yeah, I follow. I follow everything as best I can. It's kind of work during camp, but I try to follow what I can.
What are your thoughts on the situation TNA has been in of late? Have you paid attention to that at all?
Yeah, I've been paying attention, man. I was kind of worried. Here's what hit me. I was worried with Kazarian Daniels left. And I was like, what? And now, I saw Samoa Joe left. I saw, AJ Styles, Eric Young. All these people are leaving. I'm like, it's not good. You know what I'm saying? Especially when AJ Styles left. And Samoa Joe left. She went to Ring of Honor, went to NXT. Bobby Roode left. Bobby Roode could wrestle his ass off. Austin Aries left. Like, the guys that can really, really wrestle, that have been there for years and are leaving, and I'm like, man, you know, I hope TNA can bounce back, you know, but they lost a lot of great wrestlers, and I'm just hoping they can hit the corner and keep moving forward on a positive note.
When you were there, did they give you like an outline of any plans, any long-term plans they had for you, or was it just, hey, we're putting you out there?
Man, it was like, you know, everything I messed up. They had plans. Everything I messed up because my fight schedule. So I was at OVW hitting the ropes. I was doing matches there. I was working with Al Snow and Nick Dismore and my boy Frank Miller, Trailer Park Trash over at OVW. Man, I was learning a lot. Especially I was doing a lot of one-on-ones with Frank Miller and Trailer Park Trash. And he helped hold me, but the thing is, TNA just never really, you know, had a chance to really use me for my fight schedule. You know, it's not really on Dixie. It's more on the Bellator schedule they have for me. Because I fought, when I first started, I fought like 5 times, 6 times that 1 year.
Do you ever see yourself maybe being able to balance pro wrestling like on a high level like that in MMA again? We see Bobby Lashley who's been able to do it.
Well, now because Bobby Lashley has been, but not like at a high level. You know why? Because when you're at a high level MMA, you're fighting at least 4 times a year.
True.
He's fighting maybe 2. Because right now, truth be told, pro wrestling is first for him. MMA is second. You know, once you try to balance it, something has to give. Something has to give. You know, it's hard to do both. Bobby Lashley's come close to get it done, but at the same time, he has stuff to run pro wrestling because first, the appreciate pro wrestling pays most of the bill.
Is that one of the things that you like about Bellator, that freedom that if you wanted to, you could do pro wrestling? Because in UFC, you wouldn't be able to do that.
That's what I love. You know, I love the freedom. I don't do like no contract like that. I like a lot of contract, but I like the freedom. Like, you know, you get a chance to expand your brand. You know, make a name for yourself. I like that. You know, that's something I like about Coker and something I love about Bellator and Kevin K. They allow us to do that.
Yeah, how would you compare this regime of Scott Coker to that of Bjorn Rebney a few years ago?
Let me tell you something. Night and day. You know why it's night and day? Because a few years ago, you had never interviewed me.
You worked with Scott Coker before. So were you like overjoyed when you heard the news that he would be taking over?
Yeah, because he brings legitimacy to Bellator. As soon as they sign Coker and they brought him in, you notice all the media's like, okay, Coker's at Bellator, okay, Bellator is on the up and up, because then people started becoming interested, got more buzz. Before, it was like, Bellator, the Bellator, and people are like, it's Bellator. Once you saw Scott Coker Bellator, and they heard the rumors, like, Bellator might sign Coker, or Coker might come from Bellator, people were like, oh, really? Okay, well, damn, I like that. Well, let me know what's going on with that. And people always asking like, if you heard rumors about Scott Coker taking over Bellator, and I was like, no, but if it's true, I'd love for it to happen. And when it happened, you know, Bellator went up.
So they have a unique business model now too. I mean, they highlight some of the high level fighters like yourself, and they also utilize some names from the past like Ken Shamrock and Kimbo and Hoist Gracie. What are your thoughts on them doing that, kind of using one to promote the other?
I think it's good, man. It was like this. MMA is entertainment. Entertainment, for the fact of the matter is, if I'm 40-0 with 40 decisions, people will not want to see me fight because I'm decisioning people. Now, if I'm 35-10 with 30 knockouts, people won't want to see me fight because I've knocked out 30 people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Also, you've been incredibly active since you came back from that almost life-threatening injury that you had. What made that happen? I mean, you've always kind of been active, but through Strikeforce a little bit, you know, you're fighting once or twice a year, maybe some of that due to the injury, but since Bellator, it seems like every few months you're out there. Well, what triggered that change for you? I always wanted to fight that much. When I first started fighting, I was fighting every 6 weeks. And then I had a knee injury, and I had stomach infection and messed everything up. But then I was like, you know what? Let's get fight this. Let's get paid to do. That'd be if I could have a Brock Lesnar schedule, okay, I'd be cool with that because I get paid a lot of money for like a few fights a year. And if I get paid pretty good, but at the same time, I've been training, so why not why not go out there and do my job? It's fight. The thing is, I like to go out there, fight as much as I can, get paid as much as I can, and have a good time. Enjoy doing what I'm doing. Brock's a vet, you know what I'm saying? I'm a vet, but at the same time, I still want to do it. I still want to go out there and bang. I want to go out there and fight. If I can fight 6 times a year, I will.
Bellator recently regained the contract of Quentin Rampage Jackson, and you had, quite a feud with him, both in Bellator and TNA actually. That fight ended controversially, to say the least, with the decision. Is that a fight that you want again?
Not interested. It's like this. I thought I beat him, and a lot of people, most people thought I beat him. You could see his reaction to when they brought to the center. And I was looking happy, looking down, his corner looking down. But you know what? That's a pass. You know what? He's fighting a tough fight with Ishii. I hope he wins that because I want to see him beat Tito. Tito's one guy I can't stand. Is a joke to me. How can he act like he's relevant when he's only won 3 fights in 10 years? You know what I'm saying? I hope Quentin beats him, and I hope Brandon beats him, and I hope he picks up the game. And let somebody else take his place so he can shine.
So is the fight with Tito something you would want in the future?
Fuck no, man. I'm up for won 3 fights in 10 years. What the hell that could do for me? He acts like me fighting him does him a favor. It really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Me fighting him does him a favor. 3 fights in 10 years. That's 3 victories in 10 years. Come on, man. Like, are you serious?
So, so what were your feelings? Like, I mean, they brought all 3 of you into TNA. Was there anything, like, did they give you any direction at all, or were they just like, here you go, we're putting Bellator guys out here, hoping we can stay on Spike TV?
Nah, not much. Like, they had to have one of the things that fight schedules messed everything up. It's hard. Like, I think that, Bellator back then with Bjorn, I think it's kind of like iffy, but if it was Coker, things could work better because Coker would do a better job of trying to coordinate his schedule with TNA. I put the blame kind of on Bjorn. You know what I'm saying? Because I think Bjorn was like, well, I'm gonna do. Bjorn he didn't have a true set schedule like as far as they were going to do.
I felt like they could have really done something interesting. I mean, TNA's always doing those like invasion angles and stuff, and I was like, You have 3 of the biggest names in MMA plus Bobby Lashley, and I think Josh Barnett was a free agent at that time, and he's done a lot of pro wrestling. They could have done a lot of cool stuff with that.
Because I was looking at, even I was in Vegas working with Kenny King. I was doing something with Kenny King, my boy Tyshawn Prince at FSW. And I was taking the ropes there too, and I was like, I was hoping they could do something. I was like, hey, me, Kenny King, and Knockout Kings, we try to do stuff like, media of our own. But I guess just like, Beyond kind of just, I don't know. I really don't know what his plan was. I don't think he really had much of a plan.
Yeah, I thought it was a real missed opportunity because in pro wrestling, it's hard to portray somebody as a legit badass when people can go watch MMA and they see who they really are. But then when you have an opportunity with the guys like you all, you should probably employ that. So I was a little disappointed they didn't do that. Do you see yourself fighting for Ryzen again in the future?
Well, no, who knows? Maybe it could possibly happen. We just have to see.
And are you open to more tournaments in the future as well?
Yeah, man, I'm open to anything that pays good. That's what I'm down for.
You seem like remarkably easy to book. Like it's like they just call you up and they say, hey, we have a tournament. Hey, we have this guy. You want to fight him? And you're on the card. Do you think that versatility helps you? Like, I mean, because you never hear, well, King Mo turned down this fight.
Me, I try to turn down. There's a few instances where I turned down fights because I was injured. But the thing is, when it comes down to it, I'm not turning down nothing. So if the money's good and it makes sense, Mo was taking that fight.
Anything you want to let fans know ahead of this Bellator 154 fight against Phil Davis? It's a huge fight for Bellator.
Man, I don't really just y'all tune in, man. You know, I think I'm definitely gonna rumble. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what he's gonna do. I came to rumble. Yeah, I'm doing this for the boy Jordan Parsons who's injured, critically injured in a hit-and-run accident. So my mindset's changed. I'm gonna go out there and bang. Y'all tune in 'cause it's free on Spike. You know, so you can't be free. There's gonna be some good fights. You know what I'm saying? Some good knockouts on that card. You got second card, title fighting the same card. And, you know, you can't miss watch that fight because he comes with it, too. Y'all just tune in, man, because we're going to surprise people. We're going to shock people to turn some heads.
Yeah, I wanted to bring up that, too. Jordan Parsons, it's tragic what happened, but also great that so many people have come together to help support him. I think $32,000 the last time I checked his GoFundMe. So, guys, go check that out. It's at GoFundMe.com/Jordan Parsons. Terrible accident that happened to him. But yeah, guys, check out Bellator 154, Saturday, May 14th. King Mo, before we go, let the people know where they can follow you on social media.
You know, at King Mo FH on Instagram and Twitter.